Come back to the beam, giving out some fantasy advice, having a little bit of fun back and forth, and we're going to preview the games of or at least the early slate. We'll see what we get to in the afternoon. But as always, the chat is open. Guys, drop your thoughts on the games. Drop your questions for fantasy. Anything. It's a weird week with injuries already. A lot of players are out. A lot of weird things are going on. So we've already got a game going on right now too. So we'll have to see how that one finishes out. But currently, Vikings are losing that one in the fourth quarter. So we'll see. We'll see how today plays out. Alex, good morning. Good to see you again. We'll see if Travis shows up so you guys could talk a little bit of trash back and forth. But it was a pathetic showing. We'll see. Hopefully he shows up. But yeah, so yeah, get your questions in. Anything you've got. Like I said, weird thing of slate of injuries, especially in Detroit. I mean, that team is decimated, absolutely decimated. From running back to wide receiver to tight ends, everybody's hurt in that one. So that's going to be an interesting one to watch. This Bears-Giants game, we'll talk about that one. A lot of injuries in that one as well. So it's going to be interesting to navigate fantasy this week, I think. But we'll see how it plays out. There's going to be some sleepers that you're going to be able to grab and maybe win you a week. We're going to talk about it. So, yeah, Alex, your team is not looking good. I mean, the injuries are...
I mean, what happened there? God,
I don't know.
It's unbelievable how it just devastates some teams like him in Detroit we just talked about. I mean,
Yeah.
it just seems like when it rains, it pours, and one guy goes down and you get a whole bunch of them out. And then you just play with old backups. And I mean, I saw the
Right.
Red Rifle out there in London playing this morning.
Yeah.
I didn't realize he was still in the league, but no, he's out there.
Yeah, firing it away. Yeah, but man, Alex, you guys are my Super Bowl favorites going into this one, and man, that defense, everybody's down. Offensive line, everybody's hurt. Like, no Keenan Allen. I mean, that's tough. Yeah, 6 Pro Bowlers. I mean, forget about it. I guess look to next year's draft because it might be in that division. It's going to be out of reach by the time those guys come off IR. You'll probably be so far behind. It's not going to be good. So.
But Latavius is out there. I mean, it's just come on.
Yeah.
I mean, and yet it's a sellout. You look at that stadium. I don't know what that stadium holds.
I mean, it's a soccer field. It's got to hold
70,000, right?
Probably.
I mean, it's jammed. It's jammed, and when it's just the Vikings and the Saints, it's not a bigger name team, but usually it's the Jags against somebody, and yeah, it sells out over there. I mean, they definitely bring in the crowds. So
it does. So
you see that craziness that happened at a soccer game over there yesterday?
Yeah. Oh man,
where a whole bunch of people got killed. I guess the team had never lost a home game. Well, they hadn't in over 100 tries or something, and then they rushed the field. There was a stampede, and people got trampled. And they originally said it was about 175. Now they're saying, it's 125. Still, if it's one, it's a problem.
Yeah.
But
I saw
people get killed.
199 is what I saw.
No, the latest update said it was revised to 125. Again, that's too round of a number to be accurate, but
yeah.
Those soccer fans, my God, they're
insane. So, it's crazy. But well, we're not here to talk about soccer. Let's talk about football.
No. Okay.
So, all right, let's roll into it. Let's talk about right out the gate. Let's just start getting these ones out of the way. Browns and Falcons. So Browns 2-1, Falcons 1-2. Cleveland is a 1-point favorite in this one. So, like we talked about last week, some really weird lines, and it seems to be continuing right out the gate here. I don't feel like this should be that close of a game. It is a home game for the Falcons, but talent-wise, I don't think it's a fair fight. But what do you think here?
I mean, so you got Cordell's is banged up with the knee injury still.
Yep.
He says, I want to play every week. I don't care.
Yeah.
And Garrett's out for the single car accident or whatever, and so he's out. Chubb and Cooper.
Yeah.
It's tough. I mean, Mariota at times looks okay for Atlanta. Atlanta's playing at home. I don't know which way you're going here, but I think Cleveland goes in and wins the game.
Yeah. No, so I'm going to agree with you on that one. Patterson is playing.
Yep.
He's active this week. He's going to continue to be a focal
He's
point
just a
for
ball.
that.
Mhm.
Yeah, for that team, he's going to continue to be money. So yeah, like Cookhouse is saying, yeah, he's been money. He's going to continue to be money. He's very underrated, but he just scores. He just gets
Yeah.
the yards.
Mhm.
He gets it done week in and week out. You gotta love it. I think you're absolutely right. And from what I've seen so far, like Nick Chubb is going to be, if he keeps this up, fantasy MVP, because he's hard to stop right now. I mean, he's just bulldozing people. And I saw, I think it was during the Jets game, they were showing clips of him squatting, and he was squatting like 700 pounds, seven something. Like the bar was literally like just bent. It didn't even look like it was made out of metal. It was like the way it was flexing, like metal should break before it flexes like that. It was like, it was absolutely insane. And you see it on the field. He's a bulldozer, just
Yeah.
incredible. And I mean, this year he's coming up on 400 yards rushing, 4 touchdowns already, just absolutely just steamrolling people.
He
So
really is. I mean, last year I had him down as the offensive player of the year. I think I was a year early.
you might have been a year early,
Right?
because
I mean,
he's going to be,
yeah.
oh man.
But Patterson, right? Patterson's money, and I still would like to see more teams follow that pattern and develop players, or even players develop themselves to be that kind of Cordell Debo player, right? That you
Yeah.
can kind of do everything. And obviously you have to have a certain kind of build and speed and hands, but you would think having that kind of flex guy to play multiple roles for you and do what they do is
Yeah.
probably what we're going to see a lot more of in the next coming years. I think that's a new position that they definitely have to build on, because it's the guys that are doing it, it's working.
Right. Right. And it doesn't seem like the Dolphins Wildcat, where it's a fringy play that you could figure out. Like this, you can't figure out. These players are dual threats, and they can do it receiving and running, which makes them even more dangerous. And you don't know when they're on the field what they're doing. With that Wildcat, like when Tim Tebow comes in, what's he gonna? The running back's gonna take the direct snap. What's the running back gonna do? He's gonna run the ball. Like you just stack the
Right.
box. Go ahead, try and throw against me, please. Like
Right.
90% of the time that's not gonna work out, or it's gonna be an interception. Like challenge the running back. And it's weird that it took defenses so long to adjust to that. Like, they're direct snapping to the running back. What do we do? What do you mean, what do we do? Like,
Stop the guy kill the man with the football. That's what we used to play when we were a kid.
stop
what you
the
do.
running back. Like that, he what position he plays. So, it was pretty funny. But yeah, I think you're right. This is definitely the way to go. But yeah, that running game for the Browns, even with Kareem Hunt, like, man, when Chubb needs a breather, Kareem Hunt just steps in and just keps going. So I agree. I think that running game it just seems too much for everybody but the Jets so far. I'm just gonna say, but even against the Jets, they were still killing us. But
Yep.
yeah, I really like that Browns running game. I think it's going to control much of this one. And I think, you're absolutely going to get some love from Patterson. Mariota will have to throw the ball, and Drake London will probably be the recipient of that again. He continues to see especially end zone targets. So Drake London should be a nice play as well. They're going to have to throw. But, I agree with you. I think the Browns and 1 point is a very low spread there. So I think the Browns come away with at least a touchdown win in this one. All right. So let me see. Do we have any questions?
Yeah, Cookhouse is saying, who do I play? So you're saying you have Patterson, and you've been able to snag Herbert off waivers. Who do I play this week? So I don't understand the question.
Who's your other options? So
Right.
who's your other running back that you're definitely starting, and who's your flex that you're starting this week? Because I definitely, I mean, you can't not start Patterson, I think, at this point. But Jim, like we were talking about beforehand, I think Khalil Herbert, he's gotten a few glimpses last year where he's got to step in and he's shined, and he's got it to himself again. So when Montgomery went down last year, he killed it, absolutely killed it. And I think against this Giants defense that's not looking that great, I think it's going to be hard, and they're going to have to go with it. Like you said, it's windy. A lot of receivers are hurt. I mean, they're going to have to hand that ball off. He might get 28, 30 touches in this game.
Yep. And you got Leonard Williams out too, right? So last week was the first week the Giants had Kayvon and Aziz in there against
Oh,
Dallas. Didn't really do much. I'm hoping
okay.
for a lot more today. But without Leonard there, it's going to be easy to run. It is windy here. That storm came up the coast. I think there'll be a lot of handing off, like you said. Yeah, Herbert's probably your play there.
Yeah.
Cookhouse. Not that I want to see that because as a Giants fan, but I think out of those two, I would go that way.
I mean, I'm almost I'm almost questioning. I mean, obviously you're starting Chubb there, what we came back with, but I mean, do you start Herbert over Javonte Williams? Javonte's still splitting time there with Melvin Gordon. I mean, that's gonna be Herbert's show today. I mean, he's got it to
Mm-hmm.
himself, and it's against the Raiders. I don't know, that Raiders offense looks lost as well, so it might be a close game. But I mean, the Broncos offense has no idea what it's doing
No,
right now either. So
no.
I mean, I would be tempted to start Khalil Herbert over Javonte Williams this week. I would probably go Chubb, Herbert, and Patterson. I mean, to have a running back that you could potentially see 20 plus touches with sitting
Mm-hmm.
on your bench,
But
I
I
don't
mean, they're
know.
playing in Vegas, they're playing indoors, but still, I agree with you. I agree with you.
Yeah. I mean, anytime you can get somebody, you can get a running back that's got the show to himself. That's hard to pass. It's really
Yep.
hard, and the fact that you were able to snag him even for a week, I mean, if it was me, that's what I would go with. So
Mm-hmm.
see what you do. Let me know. Let me know if we swayed you, but it's not a
That's
bad
right.
problem to have.
That's
But
right. You may have snagged them just in at the right time too.
yeah, yep. Hey, if he gets you 1 week,
Yep.
it's a win. So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I mean, take it. He's got it to himself. So I would definitely take it. And let me jump over here real quick. Vikings update. Who just scored? Vikings just took the lead back with a Justin Jefferson end around, 3-yard touchdown. Justin
Wow.
Jefferson. Nice. Good thing I benched Kirk Cousins with an end around. I have Justin Jefferson. The only reason I have Kirk Cousins is because I drafted Justin Jefferson and Dalvin Cook
Mm-hmm.
in an auction draft. So I was like, well, I might as well pair him up with Kirk Cousins. But like we said, once I saw Cousins was on TV today, benched him. So,
That's
so
right.
I still
Yeah,
scored
Cook.
there, but it's just good.
Yeah, Cook was in there too with the shoulder. He's got a brace or something on it, but
Yeah,
he's
he's
playing.
he's playing. So, all right, let me jump back over here to the scoreboard. Next up is Commanders at the Cowboys. 1-2. Commanders at the 2-1 Dallas Cowboys behind
Mm-hmm.
the arm of Cooper Rush.
Mm.
What do you think? The
Yep.
Commanders go even or the Cowboys take this one again?
I'd love the Commanders to go even, but the thing is, I saw Dak is looking at possibly coming back week 5. If Cooper wins today at home, what are they going to do? Do they really rush him back, or do they say, you know what, sit out till 6, sit out till 7? Let's see, let's ride this kid a little bit, even
Yeah.
though they really, I mean, the Giant game was a mess that they played here at MetLife. But they really like Noah Brown, right? So Noah Brown has been stepping up and become a favorite now. I mean, Schultz has a knee sprain. I think he's out, right? Is he out for today? Gallup,
Schultz is in.
he's in, but questionable.
It says he's active. So
I mean, so knee sprain, and now he's okay. Okay. Just is he
yeah,
the Miami doctor?
let me double
Does
check.
Miami and
Yeah.
Dallas have the same doctor? You're good to go. Get back out there.
Oh, they hired him. As soon as they
Oh,
fired the
that's-
other
hey,
one, he
that's-
came in and cleared Schultz. Yeah, he's
Smart
active
move.
right now. Prescott's out
Well,
for this game, and Schultz is in.
Alex, I agree with you. Keep Dak out. Make sure, right? They don't. No reason to rush back. It's 17 games. No reason to rush back and get in week 5 in the division where what are you going to be? A game behind, maybe. It's different if you're 0-5, then you have to get them back in the field. But I think I got to take Dallas at home today. As much as I hate to say it, I don't trust Wentz. Although Wentz, every once in a while can light it up. Dallas's defense last week, what I saw against the Giants, looked ferocious, and maybe that was just Giants O-line being extremely weak. But I think Dallas. I think Dallas takes the. Oh, look at this! Redskins are going to take the boys down today. Well, I'm going to go against my brother there. I
Oh,
think Dallas wins at home, but I would love them to lose.
yeah. I think this is going to be a hard one. This is going to be a hard fought game here. Carson Wentz is chucking the rock. I mean, there's no denying that one. 861 yards, 7 touchdowns to start the season. I mean, he is very easily over 1,000 yards today in 4 games. That's a pretty good start there to the season. Zeke is still zeking around. I don't know. I mean, nothing crazy there, but Terry McLaurin is cruising too. I mean, 235 yards so far this season. He's looking really nice. I think that offense is going to keep powering through this one. My boy CeeDee Lamb, I still love. I still think, even with Cooper Rush, he still did it last week. He 11, and 12 targets in the last 3 games. So he is being heavily targeted. So even though he doesn't have a great quarterback situation there, they're looking for him first and foremost. So when you're getting 12 targets a game, you're still going to get 50, 60, 70 plus yards at the very least with 12 targets. So I'm expecting a big game from CD, but I think, and I want to double check this one, but
CD, the same guy that dropped that easy touchdown possibly last week at MetLife. I mean, I told you,
but then he makes a one-handed, one-handed touchdown catch to win the game. I mean,
because he wants to showboat. It's all about showboating. No, it's not about pressure.
It's how you relate to pressure.
All he's thinking about is, I'm going to catch the ball, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to celebrate. No, just catch the ball first, then do something. So
that seems to be an NFL trend right now.
I guess, right? A lot of guys are just
dropping,
show off, and
back to basics. They got to get back in front of that jugs machine and just start catching. I forgot. So I went with the Commanders as well in this one. I wanted to double check. So Commanders are huge underdogs, at least in Pick'em. They're 89. Cowboys are 89% favorites in this one. But yeah, I'm going with the Commanders as well. I just the way Carson Wentz is throwing, I agree. With Curtis Samuel, with McLaurin, with Gibson there. I mean, I just feel like a better offense right now. So we'll see what Wentz could do. So yeah, I think I'm giving it to Washington in this one, and the spread is Dallas by 3. So even better.
I was thinking more about Dallas's defense. I think
Dallas's defense is yeah.
I think Dallas's defense causes some turnovers, hits Wentz a couple times, he gets him nervous, and then. But okay, you're going Washington. I'm going Dallas. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think it's going to be close though. I really do.
So
I don't think it's going to be a
Alex, did Miami hire your doctor? Is that what happened? He punctures Tyrod Taylor's chest, and then he clears to it. I mean, what?
Come on over. Yeah.
Jesus.
No. I tell you. And I can't get a job in the NFL. Really?
No, I mean, I know we're not going to talk about Miami. I just don't understand how the NFL, I know Miami's not on the slate here for us to talk about, but how did the NFL get involved with him getting cleared? I mean, I get that Sunday for the second half, they didn't have time, whatever. But from Sunday to Thursday, before the Thursday game, how doesn't the NFL get in there and take a look at him and question how he got back in the game after he was stumbling and the lineman had to hold him up? And now he probably has a brain injury. Who knows if he'll ever play again? They're already talking about, he'll be back for the Jets. I mean, you don't even know if he's ever going to be able to play. Did you see his fingers getting crossed? My sister said that's called posturing. It's the brain takes over and you don't really know what you're doing. Yeah. And then the coach says, he was watching McGruber on the plane next to me laughing. He's fine. Wait a minute. Something, no, it can't.
No.
Either.
No.
Either the coach doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. He should probably be fired. The coach should probably be fired. I mean, you can't keep on, my brother's been talking about this all week too.
Yeah. You know what? We should actually bring him in right now because he's just joined us.
Fire him.
And
the coach.
What's up, Mike?
All right.
Yeah. So very spirited conversation that you were having this week about Tua and the Dolphins. We could talk about that real quick before we press on. But you feel very strongly about, and I use that lightly, but you feel very strongly about what happened down there, right?
Let me tell you, I'm happy that coach because I've got 0 lower than 0. That's what it is. You preach about how cried about how much
But
he cares.
I think you need to get a
There's a
little
play-
better connection.
But
You're in and
Yeah,
out.
no,
You're in and
serious?
out. Yeah. You have Wi-Fi down there in Florida, or did the hurricane take it out?
right, it went with the hurricane.
Hold on. Okay, talk again.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
You
That-
you might have been
that,
in a lower barred spot.
He walked around in a circle. That's all he did.
It is all I did. The problem I have with Mike McDaniel is, he gets on TV talking about how of the player organization cares all about his people, but how much he cares. You can't come on and around and say, "Oh, get back in the game." Yeah, no, you pick one side or the other, and you really can't. Everybody on the planet knows.
Mike, I think we need you to go back in the
Don't.
house.
Yeah, go inside.
We almost got you.
Yeah, every other word. I can complete the fill in the blanks though. So
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh, that one sounded clear. All right, give it a shot. And action.
action.
You got me.
All right, try it again.
So I was saying, he was not my coach because I've got a guy. You can't come on TV preaching about how players' organization, the players, and then oh good, you cleared because we have to win. Yes.
Still breaking up.
Yeah. Tell the kids to get off the Wi-Fi.
Okay.
All right, let's see. While you figure that one out.
So yeah, what game we on? We can go back to that.
Yeah, we'll
Seattle,
jump back to that
Detroit?
in a second. Seattle at Detroit. So this is another disaster of a game here with the injuries. It's going to be insane. Everybody on the Lions is hurt. It's crazy. So no Swift, no Amon-Ra St. Brown. Who else is out in this one?
TJ
Josh
Hawkinson's
Reynolds.
got a foot.
Yep, Hawkinson's hurt. Josh Reynolds is active and basically the only person. DJ Chark is out as well. Their kicker is out. So a lot of 2-point conversions maybe in this one. I don't know what they're planning on doing. So yeah, looking at Jamal Williams, he's got the entire backfield to himself, and Josh Reynolds are your two big guys. It doesn't look like there's any serious injuries on the Seattle side, but they're just bad. So I don't know. What do you think in this one for this game? This game, I don't think we need to spend a lot of time on it. You're not really going to do a lot of stuff here. Oh, actually, let's jump over to
we
this.
got two questions. Yeah, let's go to the questions
Sorry,
first.
I was looking at the
it's fine.
score list and not here. All right, so let's jump over to, I don't know how to pronounce that one. YBDGA. I don't know.
Why be digger?
I don't know. Why bad
okay.
Georgia?
Who do I
start?
start?
Jeff
Howard,
Wilson.
Jeff Wilson, Juju, or Lazard? Lazard in New York.
Who do I start at
was-
flex?
Howard, Wallace, Washington, Wilson, San Fran.
I kind of want to go Juju there, but to me, it's between Wilson and Juju. Chiefs, Bucks. I mean, Juju's been playing pretty well, but
You don't like
then
Lazard, Green Bay in New England. Mac is out.
I
Green Bay is probably going to fill the lot.
I mean, I really like the fact that they've been running the ball in Green Bay, and they're kind of taking a lot more off of Aaron Rodgers. So, and in this game, I don't see it being a game they're going to have to throw very much in. I think it's going to be a
point. Good
huge
point.
running game. So, I would kind of avoid that one because it's not going to be a shootout or playing from behind. So, and Pollard's hard because they're still giving Zeke the ball. So it's just like, man, just give it to Pollard and let him be the lead back. He's better. Let him play. But
Yeah, he didn't
I mean,
get a lot of touches
Jeff
last
Wilson.
week.
Yeah, Jeff Wilson Jr. against the Rams. That's going to be a Monday nighter, or Juju against Tampa, which I think is going to be more of a shootout game. And I'm
think,
kind of
yeah.
leaning. I'm kind of
Juju?
leaning Juju there. Yeah. What do you think,
so
Mike?
Too. I think so too.
Can you still hear us, Jets, Mike?
I could hear you. I could hear you perfectly fine.
I would
I wish I could
it's
say the
all-
same for you.
It's denied.
chopped up. Yeah, it's chopped up.
Who'd you
weird.
go with?
Pollard.
Pollard.
You're going Pollard, huh? Okay, so we're going 2 Jujus and 1 Pollard in that one. So,
Yep.
yeah, let us know who you're going to go with. Definitely want to hear who you're leaning towards. So, all right, Grumps,
Big grunt.
Curtis Samuel or Godwin. So for me, like that's easy. I think Mike, we already know. You just said 2 touchdowns today. Prediction for Curtis
Yeah.
Samuel. So Godwin is still questionable in that one, and it's a late game, which cuts your options down to very, very little. I mean, that's not the late game. That is the night game. So
Yeah.
if you miss there, you're scrambling to pick up somebody from the Rams or the 49ers. Yeah, I know he's questionable and he's going to give it a go, but do you
I think
feel
Curtis
comfortable?
Samuel's your guy there.
I absolutely think that's the way to go. I mean, and I expect that game to at least be pretty even as far as scoring goes. I think they're both going to put up some points in that one, and like we said, the way that they're playing, it's going to be quite the back and forth. So yeah, I like Curtis Samuel in that one. I think I know, like I said, yeah, he's expected to play, but that's rolling the dice. It really is, and you're
Right.
and Brady hasn't looked all that great.
No, without
now.
Gronk, he's different. I mean, you could see it. He's been angry. He's not doing what he normally does.
Yeah.
I mean, I get he hasn't had the full complement of players either, but yeah, I think you got to go Curtis Samuel.
And Wentz, like we said, he's over 800 yards passing, 7 touchdowns. I mean, he's throwing it. So I definitely all right. He's gonna go with Pollard. All right.
Good luck. Good luck.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on that one. We'll see which one, who comes out ahead, Juju or Pollard.
I got making a note of there.
Bucks defense is good, yes,
Yeah.
but I expect that one to be a shootout, and we'll see. But
Good luck,
but I do think, like I said, I love Pollard. I just wish they would shift that and give him the lead and let Zeke spell him, but they're not doing that. So,
well, even if they go Pollard, they do go Pollard on the end arounds and things. But then when they're down on a 1-2 yard line, they let Zeke
give
punch
Zeke.
it in. You know, so
right, and that kills you in fantasy.
yeah, right.
So
Yep.
yeah,
All
yep,
right.
do it. Go Samuel. That's another one. Write that one down. Let's keep an eye on the Samuel versus
Yep.
Godwin. See who comes out ahead in that one. And hopefully it helps, man. Obviously, watching from Twitch. So cool,
Yeah.
man. We just started
Couple guys.
doing Twitch, so it's not a lot of experience. Hopefully it's good. We're getting used to that platform as well. So hopefully you're enjoying it. If you do, make sure you're following us there and come back and check us out, man. And hopefully you win this week and get more questions in, get your thoughts in. We'll keep helping you the best we possibly can with the logic that we have. So, all right. So let's pick it up a little bit here. We got some games to catch up on. So Seahawks, Lions, who are you taking in this one?
I mean, if the Seahawks don't win today, they might as well just go, stay home, because if you can't beat the team that's this decimated, they played great. I thought their opening night against Denver, against Russell Wilson, but I think they have to go into Detroit and win today. That's
So you
it.
taking them, or you're saying they have to?
Seattle. I'm taking Seattle today.
Okay. I'm still going to take the Lions. It's a home game. I know they're hurt, but if you've watched Seattle, they look lost ever since the last half of that Denver game. It's just been downhill since then.
Yeah.
And
But
they
at some
look.
point, you got to feel
look
for
bad.
DK too.
I
mean,
do.
DK's on this team, and it's like, man, he's probably like, can you just let me go?
Yeah. Well, he
Conte,
signed
he
an extension.
I
the
know.
idiot.
Well,
like
I mean, how he's
after
just
they
a bad
traded
spot.
Russell away.
He's
After
in
they
a bad
traded
spot.
Russell. Yeah, that's stupid. So
You see, he's frustrated on the field. I mean, he doesn't.
yeah, he's very much like Odell. mentality wise. So
Yeah.
that's going to be bad. But all right, so let's roll on to the Titans and Colts. The shocking Colts go in last week and somehow beat the Chiefs.
Yeah.
I don't know I don't know where that team came from that just got shut out 24-0 to Jacksonville the week prior. I don't know. I don't know what is going on, but Michael Pittman Jr. is back, who's been a force for that team. Taylor's kind of been quiet really to start things out.
Yeah.
And the Titans are now 1-2. I don't know what that offense really is. What do you think of this game?
I mean, I think Indy comes back to earth today. I mean, they lose in Jacksonville, then they beat KC. I don't think they're going to go on some kind of run here. I don't think. I think Tennessee's better than Indy, even though Taylor, like you said, has been pretty quiet. And I don't know if there's something there. I don't know if he's got some kind of lingering. Maybe it's because of how much he was used last year. Maybe he's a little banged up. But
hangover.
I think. Yeah, I don't know. It could be. I think Tennessee goes into Indy and wins today. I'm taking Tennessee today.
Wow. Okay. I'm going to stick with the Colts at home. I think
we're going opposites today.
We're going opposites. Yeah. I mean, I like Michael Pittman. That offense looks different when he's in. And the Titans, Henry he kind of woke up a little bit last week, but I mean, this Colts team, this is going to be one of those games that's really, you're going to see what the Colts are. Like like we said, they got shut out by Jacksonville. They tied the Texans, and then they go in and they handle the Chiefs. Like so it's really hard to say who the Colts are because they had they shouldn't have tied the Texans. They shouldn't have got shut out by Jacksonville, and they had no business beating the Chiefs. So this team is an anomaly right now, but a home game, Pittman's back. I'm going to give it to them and see if this is something they can build on. But another one I'm not comfortable with. I wouldn't put money on it, but start everybody in this game that you would. Traylon Burks, I think, is going to have a nice game too. But yeah, definitely get your starters in there, get Pittman in there, and this should be a high-scoring game, I think. I know they have it low at 43, but I think it's probably going to be up there a little bit higher than that. Let's see, any questions?
No.
Nothing right now. Okay. Next game up is yours. Bears at Giants. Giants 3-point favorites at home. The 2-1 Bears against the 2-1 Giants. Ask me 3 weeks ago what their records would be, and I would not have said 2-1 for both of those
3-0
teams.
you were going to say? 3-0?
I was naturally. So
what's going on with the Saints game? Hope you all have the game on. The Red Rifles firing away.
They jump over 28-25 Vikings.
How much time's left?
9 seconds. Saints got the ball. The Saints have the ball at the Minnesota 45.
28-25.
28-25 Vikings right now.
9 seconds.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was basically over. All right, so let's talk about the Giants.
Giants
Bears.
at home. At home after they were home last week too, right? Lost to Dallas last week, Monday night. You're predicting Herbert having a big game. I mean, it's unfortunate that again, Tony's out, Wendell's out. Shepard's out for the season now, so we have more injuries. Leonard Williams is out on the line for the defense, but we got Aziz and Kayvon in there, so I'm hoping that we're going to be putting pressure on Fields today and gearing up to stop the run, right? I mean, Martindale's going to have to do something to stop the run today. I mean, make Fields beat us today. Yeah, we can't just let the running game run all over us. Obviously, I'm taking the Giants today. What do you think? I was actually hoping we would be 2-1 here going into this game, and that's right where we are. I didn't think we would be 3-0. I'm not a maniac. I'm not crazy. But,
the fact that you thought you were going to be 2-1 going into the season kind of makes you crazy, but then here we are. So
I said 9 wins, and I'm right on track.
Yeah, you are, surprisingly. So
yes. So it's like I said, it's windy here. I don't think it's not going to be a high scoring game. I could see it being 16-13, something like that. I think it's just going to be running. Taking the Giants at home.
Okay. So I'm gonna
Take
go
Chicago,
against you
go.
again. I'm gonna
Perfect.
go with the Bears in this one. I like
Love
Khalil Herbert a lot. It's what's really good from a Giants perspective, in all honesty, is not the wide receivers that are horrific, but seeing Saquon back to being Saquon again is nice. He's running
It's
strong.
awesome. It's
He
awesome.
looks healthy, and he's, I think, basically the lifeblood of this team right now. He's keeping it going because the wide receivers are non-existent. And like we were talking about before we came on, like what happened to Kenny Golladay? In Detroit, he was Babytron. He was the next coming of Calvin Johnson. He goes to the Giants and he can't catch a football. Like
Right.
at all. How do you go from the next coming of Calvin Johnson to irrelevant?
I don't understand. I mean, where's the kid from last year? Jacob, right? He was talking
Yeah, I haven't
about
seen
Galladay.
Jacob.
We got to get Galladay. We get
Yeah.
him, and the coach is like, "Well, you're not even suiting up this week." We gave him like 40 million guaranteed. The guy doesn't even play. He gets a snap, 2 snaps. It's just I don't understand it. I don't today. If he's not in there the whole game, here we go. You've got a question coming in. There's something wrong. There's something else to it. Either they can't stand him. He seems like he's doing the right stuff. Hollywood Brown, Gabe Davis.
Right,
I think you said Gabe Davis was out, wasn't he? Or wasn't
No,
he?
he's
injured?
active.
He's out.
He's injured. He's injured, but he's active. Brown is still questionable.
Okay.
So that one's AJ Green is out. And Rondell Moore is questionable. So it's really hard to say which way that game is going to go. The same thing in the afternoon games with Christian McCaffrey, questionable again. He's going to play, but man, that's one
guy.
that could really come back and hurt you. Yeah. So the Arizona game, that's a tough one to predict right now. So quickly, that Vikings game, Will Lutz 61-yard field goal hit the crossbar, no good.
Oh my God.
61 yards hit the crossbar. So, yeah. So let me jump back here. So Hollywood, that's a risky one because then like I said, you're limiting your games in the second half, and you've lost your other guys. Sorry, let me jump back. What's the other? Gabe Davis or Bateman? Man, so you can't go with Bateman yet until you actually see some consistency from him. That's one of those ones that I love. I think he's super talented, and against this Bills team, they're going to have to throw the ball a lot. Not necessarily a bad play, but you just haven't seen Bateman really take the reins of that offense. It's still Mark Andrews' offense in that one. I would probably go with Gabe Davis.
Yeah, Buffalo against Baltimore.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at both sides of that.
Out
Diggs
of
gets.
those three, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, Bateman, I would love to say Bateman, but until he actually shows that he can really take that offense, Gabe Davis, when he's in, he's scoring. So, and he'll be back, like I said, back this week. So not as many targets as Stephon Diggs. I think he's going to steal some of those, and he's a good end zone threat for that team as well. He usually scores. So I would go Gabe Davis in that one. So I like Hollywood, but the fact that you don't know what Arizona's doing, and then guess what? You play him and then you lose out on the other two guys, you can end up kicking yourself. So unfortunately with those late games, you got to go. I would go Gabe Davis there, bud. All right, pick 2, Joshua. Good morning. Cordero Patterson, Mike Williams, Christian Kirk.
Christian Kirk, Giants against the Eagles.
Yeah. So Patterson, I like a lot. Alex is probably going to say Mike Williams because he's the San Diego homer, and there's no Keenan Allen this week, so he would have a good case to be made there. They're playing the Texans, and Jacksonville is playing the Eagles. Probably going to have to throw that ball a lot, I'm guessing, because the Eagles' offense looks pretty good, and they're traveling to Philly. So I would definitely say Cordero Patterson for one, and then the question comes down to the other two for me. I like Christian Kirk in this one. I think they're going to have to throw the ball a lot. I know Mike Williams is going to be heavily focused there with Keenan Allen out, but Christian Kirk, is really taking on that number one role for Jacksonville, and if they have to throw a lot, he's gonna be targeted heavily by T-Law there, and that might be money. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, to Big Head's point, it is going to be raining out, right? So that storm is coming up the coast here, windy, rain. So I don't know how much they'll be throwing. And I do
and Zay
agree
Jones
that
is out.
Philly will be scoring. So I think this could be a higher scoring game, and he'll have more opportunities to get catches there. So yeah, Patterson for sure is one. So Williams. Is Herbert really 100%, Alex? I mean, you think Williams is the pick there? I think you got to go, like you said, Patterson and Kirk. Patterson and Kirk. Yep.
Yeah, especially with Zay Jones out. I mean, that takes away even that puts more of the focus on Kirk, and he's going to have to step up in this one.
He's been nearly invisible. Okay.
Yeah. So that's where I would go. Let's see. I mean, yeah, Hollywood's been playing good for Arizona. It's one of those. Again, though, man, I don't know. It's hard to say with Arizona. They've been playing so weird as well. They're on the road, which is nice because Arizona plays like shit at home for some reason. I have no idea why, but they play terrible at home. The Panthers are not that great, but their defense is pretty good. They've been drafting defense almost exclusively for like 2 years, so their defense should be pretty decent. I mean, you could go with Brown if you want to roll the dice on that one. I would just have a backup plan in place to pick up if he ends up being out, but that's one of those things where you're going to have to make that decision and have some kind of plan in place. Pick somebody up as a backup just in case you've got to flex them out in the afternoon game. So hopefully that helps you. But yeah, I would probably skip Brown this week and go with Gabe Davis personally. So what else? Yep. Williams, jump ball receiver. Alex, we talked about that. Like I think they overpaid for Mike Williams to keep him there because he's not one of those guys that you could count on week in and week out. He can score 3 touchdowns in a game, but he could also go 4 games with 40 yards, so or less. So it's very risky. All right, so let's jump back to this Jaguars at Eagles. We were just talking about this one, so let's finish this one out. Jalen Hurts looks MVP worthy in the conversation right now with 900 yards. 4 touchdowns, and that's not even counting what he's done on the ground. So definitely looks phenomenal to start the year. We'll see if he can keep that up. James Robinson's looking really good, 200 yards rushing. And A.J. Brown has come up there and just taken over. He's got 300 yards already. Only 1 touchdown, but him and Hurts seem to be best friends. So really putting up some numbers. Trevor Lawrence is looking good. Still nobody talks about Trevor Lawrence, but
it's been
he's looking really good. Something about playing in Jacksonville just makes him disappear for the second coming of Peyton Manning there. But what do you think? How are you seeing this game playing out?
So before I go, Big Ed, what do you got for a score for today? You guys winning against the Eagles today? Yeah, I mean, so the Jags they haven't played a running quarterback yet, right? So they've played Wentz and they played Matt Ryan, they played Herbert. None of those guys run. Hurts is going to run. So it's going to be a different, and I'm sure they're going to gear up for that. It's going to be a different game, I think, for them. And I think with the wind, with the rain, Hurts will be running a lot today. But the Eagles, I mean, I hate to say it, you were talking about Chubb doing squats. Did you see Hurts doing squats? Did you see those when he was in college and the whole team cheering him on, doing 500, 600, 700 pounds, whatever it was for a quarterback? Ridiculous. Yeah. But he definitely looks like he's grown in his role here in that quarterback role the last couple of years, whatever. I think we weren't really saying he could be counted on. But this year he definitely looks like he's taken a step forward that they've been expecting. And the team has been rallying around them. I mean, so they're home. What are they, 6.5 point dogs? I think Jags 20-17 sloppy game. I'd love to see that. But I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think the Eagles are going to win again, which I hate to say. But I think the Eagles right now are too strong. They're the team to beat in the East. I said it week 1. It wouldn't be Dallas before Dak even got hurt. I think Eagles win at home.
Okay, so we're going to agree on this one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think the Eagles are just they're playing too good right now. It's a home game. It's hard to go into Philly and win. It just
Yeah.
they're a very strong home team. Probably because you get hit with C and D batteries, but yeah, it's a tough place to play. So
Right.
and those batteries hurt, man. Yeah, I mean you
Right.
get a C or D battery thrown at you, like even with pads on, you're going to feel that one. So
Well, the 9 volts, they don't use the 9 volts are like not used anymore except for throwing them at opposing players.
and smoke detectors. That's about it. So
There you
yeah,
go.
when
Okay.
when you change out your batteries and your smoke detectors, I think they save them, bring them
you
to the
have a
game,
weapon.
and that's what they throw at the players. It's disgusting. But yeah,
The
I like
city of brotherly love.
of battery love. I think they
Yeah,
spelt it
that's it.
wrong. Of battery
That's
love.
it.
Yeah, so I like Trevor Lawrence again. I think he's going to have a nice 250 plus yard game here. A couple touchdowns. Like I said, I do like Kirk. I think they're going to have to throw the ball a lot, so he should do well. But I think the Eagles are going to just be too much to handle. So I think I like the Eagles in this one, and I think they'll handle it by the 6.5. Probably win by 10. I'm guessing in this one, but
Okay.
we'll see. I think a 10 point. I'll give him 10 in this one. Sorry, Travis, but I just think it's going to be a little bit too much. But we'll see. The Jaguars.
Surprising.
They're not as bad as they were last year. That's for sure. So, all right, let's talk about the best team here: New York Jets at the Steelers. Both 1-2, but speaking of two, boom, Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson's back today, baby. He is back. And the offense is going to start to move, even though, I mean, you say that with Joe Flacco having 900 passing yards through 3 games. But in reality, it's because they're losing, and he's a statue in the pocket. I mean, he can't get out. He can't do anything, and he's just a sitting duck. So let's take
Let's go to the
question
yeah.
real quick. All right. Cash, good morning. Browns, Eagles, or Giants defense? Let's see. Okay, so good call on Christian Kirk. We did give him the go ahead for a couple other people. I think that's going to be a nice play.
So it is going to be windy and rainy for the Eagles and Giants.
Yeah,
So
man.
Browns.
So this is tough. I mean, obviously you don't want to start the Eagles defense when you've got a receiver going against them, but the Giants defense right now also does not look very good. So I definitely wouldn't go there. The Browns probably have the best, but then you've got Garrett out, which doesn't help the pass rush, but you are playing Mariota. I mean, I would take the Giants defense out of that completely. You could roll the dice with the Eagles defense. I would against Kirk. Like I said, if Kirk scores a touchdown, it loses you points, but I think the Eagles defense has the best chance of a pick 6 in this one as well. So I would probably go with the Eagles defense, even though it's counterintuitive against Kirk. But
Right.
I think they have the ability to turn the ball over the easiest and score a touchdown.
Yeah,
So,
I'll agree. We got other questions there. I wouldn't go Browns or Giants today. You got to go
Okay.
Eagles.
Eagles. Full PPR. Oh man, this is gonna be a hard one for me to answer. My boy Garrett
So
Wilson.
Juju is one of them. Juju's one.
Yep, Juju is 1. Garrett Wilson's 2.
Yeah, I think that's where I was going to.
As much as I like Judy, I just don't trust that offense at all. We'll see. The only caution I would say in this one is now, as we're talking about this game, I'm going to get into it a little bit more. But with Zach Wilson coming back, what's that rapport going to look like with his receivers? I don't know. Obviously, Joe Flacco looked for Garrett Wilson a lot, but I don't know if that's going to continue. I know Zach Wilson has a really good rapport with Elijah Moore. So we'll see how that translates on the field. But I still think Garrett Wilson, from what he's shown, is too good to not get open. He's been getting open, and that's where it is. So I would go Garrett Wilson and Juju in a game that I expect to be high scoring. All right.
Good luck, Alex. 808.
Yeah. And Alex, also make sure you jump over to YouTube and smash that subscribe button so you get everything. 808. That goes for you too. Subscribe.
Yes.
All right. So who do I start in flex?
Edwards-Helaire.
Ooh, Edwards-Helaire, Singletary, Lockett, or Claypool. So this is a good one. This is tough for me.
Claypool, Pittsburgh. Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to say Claypool. You don't want Claypool
Yeah.
doing anything today, but
You know what, though?
Edwards-
Claypool
Edwards
hasn't really done
Helaire.
too much. Lockett has actually been surprisingly good so far. Edwards Hilaire as well. And I don't remember what he did last week, but he's been coming around. I think that the Chiefs Bucks game is going to be a fun one to watch, and I
Right.
think they're
Tampa's
going
defense
to.
is tough.
It is
Tampa's
very
defense
very
is
tough.
So Singletary, Buffalo. against
I don't
Baltimore.
trust Buffalo's running game though. That's the only really bad thing there.
Claypool at home.
I'm
And I would say Claypool at home. I know you don't want to hear that.
no,
I know
and
you
I'm
don't
gonna
hear
go. I'm gonna say Lockett. I think Lockett's probably the best bet. Like we said, that game is going to be disgusting. I
Yeah,
think.
Detroit. Yeah. Well, I mean, so you
Detroit
don't
and
like
the
Geno
Seahawks.
at all either. No?
I don't like Geno, but Tyler Lockett's their leading receiver. So,
Yeah.
and granted, he has 211 yards, but 21 receptions. So in a PPR, he's at least catching the ball.
So
I don't know
I'll
if
tell
this
you
is
what.
PPR,
I'll go Lockett too because Detroit's offense probably won't be on the field a lot.
Yeah,
DeAndre's out. Their whole offense is out. Receivers are out. St. Brown. Yeah, looking
Right.
at it
And-
more, I think Seattle offense will be on the field more. So
Right.
Lockett.
and I think teams will gravitate more to DK, and it's just leaving Lockett open.
yeah. There you
So
go.
I would
Good
go
luck,
Lockett.
anyway.
Yeah. Tyler, what's up, buddy? Coming back with the Zeke. Zeke, Garrett Wilson, or
Wow.
Sutton
This is
in the
gonna be the week of
flex.
G. Wilson instead of Thielen. It's G. Wilson today.
Yeah, it's Garrett.
Sutton,
It's the Garrett show.
Denver.
So obviously, I'm still saying no on Zeke until we see him come back to Zeke or disappear completely. So I don't know. Sutton's going to be an interesting play. Like we said, they're playing the Raiders. That's a game that you're going to expect a lot of offense in.
Yep.
But then again,
Sutton seems like Russ's go-to guy too.
he does.
He's his guy. So indoors in Vegas, I
Yep.
think you go Sutton.
I don't hate it. So let me say. So Sutton's got 19 catches, 291 yards on the season. Garrett Wilson, 18 catches, 214 yards, but he's got 2 touchdowns. So, I mean, real close yardage and
quarterback,
catches.
though. New
But yeah,
quarterback.
it's the new quarterback against the Steelers. So basically, it comes down to which quarterback do you think Zach's going to light it up against the Steelers defense that's decimated, or are you going to think Russ is going to wake up? I mean,
So if you have to pick Russell Wilson or one of the Wilson brothers, who you
Yep.
taking?
So basically, we're looking at who do we trust? Wilson,
Big
or Wilson?
brother or the
right?
younger brother?
Do you want Zach Wilson, Russell Wilson, Garrett Wilson, or Sutton? That's where you're down
There you go.
to. So
Right.
yeah, I mean, me being a homer, I'm going to say Garrett Wilson, but
All right. I'm
that-
going to write this one down too. Garrett versus Sutton.
yeah, just until you see Russell doing something, he doesn't look good, and this is
No,
a
he
game that
doesn't.
could go. So
He
we'll
doesn't,
see.
but it's
I'm going to stick with.
indoors, controlled environment.
Yeah. It could be. It could be well for him. But then again, he's used to playing here in Seattle, so the weather's usually shit. It's raining. It's garbage. So I mean, you wouldn't think the weather would bother him. I don't know.
We'll see.
I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. I'm going to go with Garrett Wilson. I'm sticking with my boys. So we'll see. 808. Good luck, man, and please smash that subscribe button, like the episode, and thank you for stopping by and asking your questions. Good luck for sure. All right, so back to the Jets before we get while we're waiting for more questions to come in. Jets Steelers. Surprisingly, I really thought after last week they were going to go to Kenny Pickett this week, because next week I believe they have the Bills, which is not where you want to throw a rookie quarterback into. So I figured they were probably going to take a chance and put Pickett in against the Jets, who their defense has been, they're still giving up 20-something points a game. So if you're going to break a rookie in, you want to do that against the Jets and not the Bills, right? I mean, as much as I hate to say it, but they're sticking with Trubisky again, which is shocking. So we'll have to see. The Jets overall very healthy. There's some a little bit of animosity on the defensive side of the ball right now with the coaching staff. Hopefully that got figured out this week, but with Quinnen Williams yelling at the defensive line coordinator, and we'll see how they adjust to that. But the Steelers are not a team that really scares you, and since T.J. Watt went down, they are not anywhere close to what they were in the beginning of the year. So they look very different. Great spot for Zach Wilson to come back and get his feet wet and get a little more comfortable. And the fact that he can get out of the pocket and extend some plays and not be Joe Flacco and just let the pocket collapse around him and go down is going to be a nice thing to see. So obviously for me, I love the Jets in this one. And I know it's hard to go against the Steelers. Great coach there, knows how to win games without a doubt, but they are 1-2. So I think they're going to drop to 1-3. Jets get back to 500, led by the great Zach Wilson.
All right, so real quick, all wrong. Pittsburgh wins. We got 3 questions. Go ahead. We got 4 minutes. Let's go to the questions.
All right, let's go to the questions.
delete all the I'm taking Pittsburgh.
All right. Okay, Christopher,
AJ.
what's up, man? AJ or Drake London flex? Okay, easy. I'm going to go with Drake London in this one because he seems to just continue to keep catching touchdowns. So what do you think?
Yeah, you said, he would be his go-to down there at home in Atlanta.
Expect a lot of throwing against Cleveland.
Yep.
Drake
I'm good with that.
London. I like AJ Dillon, but I think there's going to be a lot of running in that game, but definitely Drake London. Duck, half PPR, Knox or Schultz? They have
Schultz isn't really 100%.
He's
with the
not.
knee sprain. I don't think so.
But I think
I like
is,
Knox. I like Knox.
Let me see. Schultz, I thought Knox is on here as well. Not a surprise. He played last Sunday. Yeah. The fact that I agree. Go with Knox. Sorry, we're running out of time.
Yeah.
Definitely Knox. And Cooks or Dobbs full point PPR. Oh man, that's a good one, Jose. I would probably go with. I kind of want to say Cooks in this one, but Dobbs has been doing really well.
Yeah.
But like we talked about, I don't think there's going to be a need to throw a lot in that game. So I would go with Cooks against the Chargers. I think you're going to have to throw a lot more offense to be had in that game. I think Green Bay is going to control it on the ground against the Patriots. So I don't really think they're going to need to air it out very much. So go with Cooks for me.
Cooks. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, Alex. Houston goes and wins that game outright.
They could. They shocked the Colts by
I
tying
think they
them.
can. Chargers are banged up.
Yeah, and it's a home game.
So Cooks there, Jose. Good luck.
Yep. All right, so quickly, let's run through the scores. We got a couple minutes. Bills, Ravens. Who do you got winning this one?
Buffalo. Buffalo goes to Baltimore, wins the game.
Okay.
Can't go against Buffalo. Not yet.
Yeah, I'm going to go Buffalo as well. Chargers, Texans. Are you going with the
I'm gonna
Texans
go
to get their
Texans.
first one?
I'm going to go Texans. Alex,
Um,
sorry, but I think they're a team that they may be the Cinderella team this year.
Okay. I'll go with the Chargers in that one.
Good.
But I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not going to be surprised to see the Texans pull that one out. They play scrappy. Cardinals, Panthers. At Panthers. Even line.
So, yeah, even line. McCaffrey with a quad at home. I don't trust Baker or Arizona.
Okay. I'm going to go with Arizona as well, of course. Patriots, Packers. 9.5 points for Green Bay.
Green Bay by 20.
Green Bay by 20, yeah.
Bobby Hoyer up in Lambeau. Nope.
Crazy, right? All right.
Nope.
And then the last of the early slates there is, these are the late games, but Broncos, Raiders.
Yeah, only 3 late games. 4
Yeah,
o'clock
it's a
games.
short slate.
I'm going to say I'm going to go Vegas.
I'm going to go
Vegas at
Vegas
home.
as well. I'm
Really?
going to go Vegas as
Okay.
well. I don't trust the Broncos right now. So, and then Sunday night, Chiefs,
KC.
Chiefs as well. Okay, so I'm going
KC
there.
goes in. Yep.
Tampa Bay's a
Monday
1
night?
point. Monday night.
San Fran.
San Fran. Okay. I'm going to go with the Rams in that one. I don't trust Jimmy G. So
Hey, last year the 49ers owned them, but
they did. We'll see.
especially in San Fran. But
They did.
it's not
So,
a Gabe Davis, so I can't feel weary about it.
all right. All right. Well, Vals, I hope you.
Good luck, Vals.
I'm gonna be tracking that one very closely to see how that one plays out. But I hope we steered you in the right direction. That's the play I would have made too. Yep, Davis or Brown. We'll see how that one plays out. Good luck. I I hope you take the W, come back, and you know what, you could vent to us next Sunday if we're wrong, or drop a heart and thumbs up if we're right. So we'll see. Okay, guys. So it is now game time. So best of luck. Lineups are locked. Games are locked. Best of luck to your teams. Best of luck to your fantasy teams. Have a great Sunday, and we'll see you guys next week.